News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says increased buybacks of Treasury securities that were announced this week could be more than $4 billion per issue, essentially doubling the size of buybacks he just announced yesterday.
I'll be holding a press conference on Monday to talk about exactly what we're going to do. And again, we have asymmetric information, and I'm not sure why oil has popped up on this, because this, for now, and it is at the president's discretion. If we are doing the maximum economic pressure, then that means that likely there will not be a large-scale kinetic restart. But I would emphasize that is for now.
Bessent on CNBC. The impact in the market was short-lived, though, with U.S. 30-year bonds erasing gains from Bessent's earlier comments. Now, San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly also weighed in, but she tells Bloomberg when it comes to monetary policy, she's not really focused on moves in the long end of the yield curve.
The thing that I look at specifically is this is happening across the globe. It's not just a U.S. phenomena, it's a global phenomena. And it doesn't give us a lot of signal about what we should do in the policy adjustments or the policy calibration for the Fed. And there, we look at the short end more than the longer end, paying attention to the longer end, but really focusing on the job number one, which is restoring price stability right now.
San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly on Bloomberg TV. She says bond prices may also be reflecting the heightened demand for AI products and infrastructure. Walmart just posted its slowest sales growth in 6 years, rising just 2.6% in the second quarter. The company's pharmacy business took the biggest hit from federal negotiations that led to lower drug prices and shoppers overall cutting back on spending during the quarter. But Bloomberg consumer reporter Red Brown tells us the bottom line was surprising.
The size of the move also made me pause as well, because it's extreme, especially for Walmart of all people. So I think the reaction really is coming from this top line miss. So Walmart's U.S. same-store sales missed even the sort of most pessimistic outlook for among analysts.
That's Bloomberg's Red Brown. You can hear the entire conversation on the Bloomberg Intelligence podcast. Right now, though, Walmart stock down about 10%. And we check the markets for you all day long here at Bloomberg. Right now, the Dow is down 0.8%, the Nasdaq's down 0.9%, and the S&P down 0.4%. The 2-year Treasury yields up 3 basis points at 4.2%. The 10-year yields up 5 basis points at 4.7%. And the 30-year yield, which we just mentioned earlier, is also higher, up 5 basis points at 5.24%. Oil's also higher right now with Brent crude at $93 a barrel, and Bitcoin climbing this hour, up about 5% at $72,000. On that note, CFTC Chairman Michael Selig says the crypto industry will get market structure rules even if Congress fails to pass its Clarity Act.
The president has promised market structure for the crypto industry, and that's what we're going to do, whether we have a bill or not. But we're optimistic the bill is going to set the standard. We really want the United States to lead, and having legislation, clear law on the books is the most surefire way to lock in crypto market structure, and so that's what we're focused on today.
Selig speaking exclusively there with Bloomberg's Tyler Kendall. He says the CFTC is also working on rules on prediction markets that will be finalized soon. SpaceX shares are down as much as 5.7% today as a second round of stock is unlocked post-IPO. But the stock's on track to notch a third consecutive day of losses amid broader market weakness. And Meta's quietly become one of Microsoft's biggest AI customers. A source tells Bloomberg the social media giant has spent hundreds of millions of dollars a year on AI models through Microsoft's Azure cloud. Here's Bloomberg's Mandeep Singh.
Right now, I feel Meta is at a point where they really believe they can still train their model and get it to frontier level, the Muse Spark they released. And this use of Microsoft Cloud is likely them benchmarking their model against what OpenAI has. And we know OpenAI is the most used model on Microsoft Azure, but Microsoft Azure hosts all types of models.
Mandeep Singh with Bloomberg Intelligence. He says Microsoft has been touting manufacturing and transportation companies as AI clients, but for now, most of its biggest customers are other tech companies. FBI agents executed search warrants targeting former Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell over the weekend and reportedly seized his electronic devices as part of a criminal probe into sexual misconduct allegations. The FBI searched Swalwell's homes in California and Washington, D.C. The move comes months after Swalwell ended his gubernatorial bid and resigned from Congress back in April over allegations of sexual assault and other misconduct from several women. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks, and this is Bloomberg.